Hi everyone, this is a review of La Tida wax melts. They can be purchased from gift shops across the country as well as online from Courtney's Candles, which is where I got mine because she had the best selection and the flat shipping was only $5. You can also get them at the Lampstand website and PC Fallon, and I'll include all the links underneath this video where you can find these melts. There's also a store locator on the La Tida fragrance website, and I'll include that link as well, and you can download their catalog there. You can't actually buy them at like big stores like Walmart and places like that. They also make wax melts for the HEB stores, HAB stores in Texas, including some scents that are made by Sensationals exclusively for HEB stores. The first thing I notice about these melts is that the clamshell is very difficult to open. The lid separates from the rest of the clamshell and snaps into the top of the clamshell. You have to make sure it snaps in on all corners because it's easy to leave one corner unsnapped, which means the clamshell will basically be open and the scent will dissipate. Removing the lid is difficult. I actually broke a nail on one. On the plus side, once that lid is snapped into place, it's very tight, so no chance of air getting in. So, a regular clamshell, in general, for the most part, most of them, the lid is attached. I mean, sometimes they're not, but it's, you know, pretty simple to open and close. You know, not a big deal. However, La Tida, it's a little different. So, instead of the lid being on top of or outside of the clamshell, it's actually inside the clamshell. So, you can kind of see, you kind of have to, oh my gosh, this is really hard to do. I'm really having a hard time too. Oh, there we go. See how it kind of opens? So like this, it actually goes inside the top, which, like I said, it seals it really well, but you have to make sure that you, like if you just close it like this, and you think it's closed, well, it's not, because you can see that edge is open. So you really have to kind of go around each edge. There you go. That side snapped. That one snapped. That one snapped. And that one snaps. So, like I said, it's really hard to open. But, you know, it's pretty airtight when you do close it. You just have to make sure that it's closed on every edge and every corner. That's a little bit of a hassle, but, you know, not enough to really be a big deal. Although each clamshell is 2.5 ounces, which is the size of most clamshells. It looks like there's more because of the way it's laid out. Like, these are actually the same weight, but this is a little bit flatter. It really does look bigger, but no, I mean, I think that this is a little bit flatter than that, and that's why. But it is the same weight, and there are 8 cubes instead of the usual 6. So each of the 8 cubes is a little bit smaller than a cube from a regular clamshell. So you can melt one at a time if that's what you're used to, but 2 cubes might actually be better so that you can cover the entire bottom of the warming tray. The wax is hard, with kind of like a chalky surface. Some of them have like a dry, slightly chalky surface. There you go. Well, okay, well, that one doesn't. Some of them do. Which one does? I don't know which one. I'm not going to open. Well, you can kind of see underneath. Like it's kind of almost like a little bit of a chalky. God, this one's hard to open. There we go. Yeah. So, yeah, there you go. It's kind of got, which is okay. I mean, I had no problems getting it out of the package once I was able to open it. So I will go through each one. I'm not going to open each one, that's for sure. My hands will be in pain after that. So first we have Beachfront Cabana, and it says Seashore Musk. The notes are bright scent of fresh seashore, white grapefruit, crisp lemon, bergamot heart, green floral base, and sweet tobacco. This is a nice, fresh men's body wash scent with a lemon note. There's a smidgen of something else in the background with kind of a green, very slightly herbal note, although this is not a spa or lemongrass type scent at all. When melted, there may be a barely detectable smidgen of lavender way in the background. It's a very nice scent, although it's not beachy. After melting for an hour or so, the scent became less cologne-y and a bit like more perfumey, like a perfumey Magnolia scent with a sweet, rich, slightly salty lemony note. Still, fantastic scent. Looking at the notes, I don't smell grapefruit or tobacco, and the throw was bold. 5 out of 5, took over the entire house. So this one is a keeper. And that was with only 1 cube, which is actually smaller than the cube from a regular, like a Walmart type wax melt clamshell. So yeah, you can definitely get by with just 1 cube. They're smaller, but yeah, this scent really does pack a punch. Next we have Christmas Cheer. And it says bayberry on it. Notes are cedar, wreaths, brightened by fresh sprigs of bayberries, holly, and a kiss of mistletoe. It's a fantastic scent that smells like cinnamon and pine with a little bit of a zesty note in the background and maybe a smidgen of cloves. It has a slightly sour note that I sometimes find with certain pine scents that give it kind of a Play-Doh vibe. But in this scent, that note is very subtle, so it does not ruin the scent. But the throw is mild, like a 3 out of 5. It would still do well in a small to medium-sized room. Next is Coming Home. Clementine and Pinecones. Notes are fresh orange citrus, rustic pine cone with evergreen forest woods freshness. This is a fantastic combination of pine and orange. And if you've ever seen my reviews, you know that pine and orange, or pine and citrus, pine and grapefruit, pine and lemon, they're like just my favorite combinations of scents. This one is mostly pine, but the orange gives it a kick of citrus. It's kind of like a sour orange. Clementine is similar to Satsuma, which is a pungent sour orange type fruit with a slightly lemony note. I really, really like this scent, and the throw is strong. 4 out of 5. Another keeper. Next is Coral Sands. Strawberry lime. And I don't know what the notes are for this one. If I find them, I'll put them in the text version of this review. I smell coconut and strawberry with maybe a hint of pineapple. It's a nice, pleasant, sweet scent without the sour note that a lot of scents tend to have. I don't smell the lime. And oh, come on, kitten. Thanks a lot. It's a nice scent. Throw was like I would say kind of good, like 3.3 to 3.5 out of 5. Next is Denim and Diamonds. Says cashmere woods and black jasmine. Notes are glamorous blend of cashmere and black jasmine with additional notes of bergamot, patchouli, vanilla, and musk. I can't figure out what I'm smelling. It smells like patchouli, cedar, and men's cologne. But although I love those types of scents, this one is kind of bland, and the throw was faint, 2 out of 5. So this one was kind of a dud for me. Fireflies, peppercorn, and balsam. Notes are top notes of tangerine and pear with mild pink, fruity peppercorn and peppery black pepper, blended with base wood accords of mossy fir balsam, patchouli, and spiced cider. This one is similar to the Coming Home scent, I guess because of the, I don't know, pine cones maybe. I think I detect pine, but it's not like a Christmas tree pine. It's like a harsh, almost citrusy pine, but not in a bad way. I think I also smell a hint of patchouli and cedar and maybe a smidgen of cinnamon. There's also a tiny bit of a waxy note and a smidgen of sourness that I don't care for, but it's not enough to detract from the scent. Looking at the notes, I don't smell tangerine or orange, although that's probably the citrusy note I detect. and I don't smell pear. It's not a sweet or fruity scent at all, and I think I do detect a bit of the pepper. It's an unusual scent that I've never smelled before, and I do like it, but the throw was faint, like a 2.5 out of 5. So it would do well in a small room. Next is Gardens of Savannah, Magnolia. And the notes are a fresh heart of magnolia, grand flora with hints of musk notes. This might be my favorite scent of the batch. It smells like real flowers. I don't know what magnolia actually smells like, but this is definitely a floral scent, and although it's sweet, it's not perfumey or overly sweet. It's a very complex scent, and there are some barely detectable notes of, like, way in the background, like pine, cinnamon, wood, and vanilla. Like I said, very barely detectable, but they help to keep the scent smelling very authentic. And the throw is strong, like a 3.5 to a 4 out of 5. This one is a keeper. Gadsby, Teak Mahogany. Notes are, celebrates a time of rich woods, paneled dance halls, and the high life. Well, that really doesn't tell me much. It's a nice men's cologne scent with a little bit of a woodsy note. It also has a slight waxy note, like the wax might be a little old, but it's not enough to ruin the scent. It's similar to a lot of men's cologne scents I already have, so I'm probably not going to keep it, even though it is a nice scent. The throw is strong, 3.5 to a 4 out of 5. Next is Irresistible, Marine Breeze and Sensual Musk. Notes are masculine woodland, fresh scent of vetiver, oak moss, and rosewood with a soft floral muguet and brightened with citrus and herbs. That was a mouthful. This is a very pleasant cologne scent with a fresh air note and a slight sinus clearing effect. That's probably mint, although I don't actually smell mint. It's not an overly sweet cologne scent. Looking at the notes, I don't smell citrus and not really floral per se, although I'm sure it's in the background. It reminds me a little bit of Sensational's Black Tux, but with a cleaner, fresher note. And the throw is strong, like a 3.5 out of 5. Next is Island Blossom, Exotic Flowers. And oh, come on, kitten, stop that. My cats are bothering me. Notes are warm island breeze mingles with white lilac, jasmine, gardenia, cyclamen, tropical melon, and a splash of peach. This is a beautiful, warm, sweet, powdery, perfumey floral scent, like a combination of sweet pea, jasmine, and gardenia. There may be a smidgen of fruit way in the background, like watermelon or strawberry. I really like this one. Looking at the notes, I don't smell peach, but lilac, yes, I think I do detect that. And the throw is strong, like a 3.5 out of 5. So that one's a keeper. Monogrammed Linens. It just says lavender. Notes are rich lavender and herbal moss essences. I can't figure out the scent. I do smell lavender, but it has a soapy note with maybe a hint of patchouli, although it's not a patchouli scent either. Maybe a woodsy note. It's not really sweet, and it has a smidgen of sourness that's a little bit off-putting. And the throw is mild, like a 3 out of 5, so I'm not sure about that one. Mountain Lodge, Patchouli, and Evergreen. Notes are top notes of lime, eucalyptus, seaweed, and sage. Middle notes of rosemary, lavender, and bois de rose. Base notes of cedar, sandalwood, patchouli, and oak moss. On cold sniff, I smell pine and lavender with the nasal clearing effect of eucalyptus. There may be also a hint of fresh garden mint, and there's also a very slightly sweet soapy note, which I guess is the patchouli, although I don't smell patchouli per se. Looking at the notes, I don't smell lime, but I think I do smell the cedar and possibly the rose, which might be the sweet, slightly floral soapy note. The soapy note makes it smell fresh, like a kind of like a bubble bath, but not very sweet. Melted, I don't smell all the individual notes, and it smells more like a super fresh herbal body wash scent, but not like a cologne scent. I really, really love this scent. It's fantastic. And the throw is bold. 5 out of 5. Took over the entire house. Mountain Lodge is a keeper. Pandemonium, Patchouli. First of all, the word pandemonium is misspelled. It's supposed to be P-A-N-D-E-M, not A-M. But I do kind of like it. It's like pandemonium reminds me of like the word panda. Anyway, getting off track here. Notes are a complex layering of rich, woody elements that interweaves patchouli, cashmere, jasmine, citrus, and thyme. This is a fantastic patchouli scent with a hint of baby powder. It's not very sweet, though. It has more of a raw wood note than patchouli scents I've smelled from other companies, but it's fantastic. It took about 2 hours to reach a good throw, though. When it did, the scent lasted all day, at least 10 hours, and the throw is strong, between like a 3.5 and a 4 out of 5. So this one is a keeper also. Fantastic scent. I don't know why it's red or like a pinkish color, but it's really, really good. The next is Perfectly Pomegranate. And I wonder if this one is old because it's kind of yellow. Oh, anyway, Perfectly Pomegranate is pomegranate. Notes are fresh raspberries and strawberries intermingle, accented by red delicious apple and sweetened by creamy vanilla. Interesting. No pomegranate in the notes. This smells like rich, sweet strawberry jam with a fresh apple note and maybe a hint of sweet vanilla in the background. It smells great, and the throw is strong, like a 3.5 to a 4 out of 5, like 3.75 out of 5. So this one's a keeper. Smoke and Mirrors, mahogany and leather. And the notes are enveloped by the warmth of supple mahogany and brushed by the velvety softness of leather and tobacco. This one's very weak on cold sniff. It's a men's cologne scent with a rich, slightly woodsy note and a smidgen of leather. It's only slightly sweet, so it's good if you don't like sweet cologne scents. When melted, it had a nice cedar note. The throw was mild, between like a 2.5 and a 3 out of 5, but it would do well in like a small to medium-sized room. That's kind of like a brown color. Stay a While is Tropical Vanilla. And the notes are long-lasting, rich and creamy tropical vanilla is accented with sugar notes of mango. This is a rich, sweet scent that smells like tropical pineapple candy with maybe watermelon and mango notes. And then I realized it smells just like bubble gum. I mean, it smells just like bubble gum. I'm not sure if I smell vanilla or not. Melted, it's still sweet, but it doesn't have that candy or bubblegum note. It's more of like a tropical, sweet, tropical candy, whatever, tropical pineapple note. It's a very nice scent. And the throw is medium, like a 3.5 maybe out of 5. Next is Tahitian Pearls, Black Coral, and Nectarine. The notes are lush, fruity, floral, dripping with the natural sweetness of juicy nectarines with a soft whisper of jasmine, ylang, and tuberose. All I smell is something bitter and waxy. I don't detect nectarine, which is peach, or anything tropical, which would be the coral. Maybe it's a floral. Looking at the notes, there's nothing in there that would create such a bitter scent. If anything, based on the notes, it should be a sweet, rich scent. I just don't like this one. When melted, I do detect a floral note like rose, but it's still very bitter. It smells a lot like Hannah's Candle Peony and Rose Bouquet, as well as their new Butterfly Wings scent, which I also didn't care for due to the bitterness. The throw is strong, like a 3.5 or so out of 5, but I didn't like the bitterness. Next is White Sport Coat, which is Italian bergamot. Notes are the zesty freshness of citrus, lime, bergamot, rosewood, and yuzu grapefruit, warmed by the rich notes of woody cedar, black amber, and velvet cashmere. On cold sniff, it smells like men's cologne, but it's not overly sweet. It has a woodsy note, which like a cedar, and a warm amber note. Melted, I smell mostly cedar woods with a cologne note in the background. It's quite nice. Who the heck is calling me? I'm not going to get that. Looking at the scent notes, I don't smell lime or grapefruit at all. This is another scent that took 2 hours to throw well, but the throw is strong, like a 3.5 or so out of 5. So I'm not sure if I'm keeping this one or not. It is a nice scent. I have a lot that are like it, though. Last is Zing with an exclamation point. Eucalyptus Fresh. Notes are fresh eucalyptus leaves, bright lemon, cover floral, herbal... Wait. Fresh eucalyptus leaves and bright lemon cover floral herbal bouquet. All right, makes no sense. I expected this to be like a eucalyptus spa type scent like Sensational's Zen, but it's completely different. On cold sniff, it's definitely eucalyptus with that sinus clearing effect as well as fresh garden peppermint. There may be also a smidgen of lemon. There's a barely detectable floral way in the background that I think is rose, although it's not a sweet scent at all or floral. Looking at the notes, they're spot on. When melted, however, the rose scent really comes out, and it smells like rose-scented soap. So although rose is not in the scent notes, I guess that's the floral bouquet, floral herbal bouquet. It's still not very sweet because of the eucalyptus, which gives it a slight herbal note when melted. I don't smell the lemon at all, or even the eucalyptus when melted. I really like this scent. I like it even more after the rose note came out. The throw is medium, like a 3 to 3.5 out of 5, but I'm still going to keep it because it smells so good. So there you have it. Again, take a look at the comments or underneath the video for the links where you can actually buy these. And if you want to see a text version of this review, just go to waxmeltreviews.com. And you can join our Facebook group where we discuss all different brands and scents of retail and store-bought wax melts. And you can find the link to our Facebook group underneath this video and on our website at waxmeltreviews.com. Hope you've enjoyed this review, and you have a great day.